All right. Hello, everybody. So this is a very, very long overdue video. I'm finally going to share with you guys my entire Thomas and Friends DVD collection. Now, I'm actually going to start off with the American releases first, as I do also have UK, Australian, and Japanese stuff. But I figured I would just show you everything that I have for my American stuff because it's the most that I have. It's the one I'm most familiar with. And it's pretty much already almost completed. As far as I'm aware, I pretty much have every single US release complete with some form of an insert or slipcover, but not quite. There's a couple that I'm still missing and waiting on as I speak of this. I'm also not going to be counting a bunch of my like DVD-R discs, as a lot of them are just VHS to DVD rips, like my PBS stuff and a couple other ones, just to name a few. But I am going to be mentioning three of them. That's because they're pretty unique, so just keep in mind with that. But that's going to be near the end of this video. But anyway, I'm just going to jump straight into it and show off my entire collection. So let's start off with Thomas and the Magic Railroad. This is the original Columbia TriStar Home Video release from 2000, signed by Britt Allcroft herself. I met her along with Rick Siggelko back in November of 2023 during the An Unlikely Fandom screening event. And it was such a fun time, and you know, I feel so honored to have some form of piece signed by her, especially since this was her big passion project. Don't worry, the autograph is on like the actual like cover itself, not on the plastic of the case. I just keep it in this just so it's protected a little bit more. Sliding this out, we open it up, and this is just the second edition with the like gray purple matted finish, and then there's the pamphlet. And like I said, the autograph is on the sleeve itself, not on like the plastic of the case. So there is that, easily one of my grail pieces. And then I also have this one, which technically I should have shown this one off first, but this one is a shiny matted finish disc. This is the original release of the DVD. Other than that, it's the exact same print. Nothing really different. Oh, whoops. That kind of spoiled it there a little bit. I apologize. Didn't really go so well as I'd hoped. I'll just put that there. All right. I'll show off this. This is the Canadian version of the DVD, just because it's still in English. This one also has the French side on the opposite sleeve. I threw it in a clear case just so you can see it. So here it is. Very nice disc art, and it actually has a whole different menu on it, so that's pretty unique. And then I also have this double pack, which has The Adventures of Elmo and Grouchland. This was the copy that I remember growing up with. This is not my childhood one, though. I'd have to clean off that residue, but it's literally just the standard disc right there. And there is another version of Magic Railroad that I have, but I'll wait until near the end of the video to show that off. Now let's get on to the rest of the ones that I have. Here we have the Best of Thomas. This is the CD sampler edition in the thicker case. Took me a while to get this, but finally got it in a lot. And there's the CD itself. Next we have Make Someone Happy. One of my favorite releases from season 5. This is kind of how I like to watch season 5, is watching these type of episodes where they're not like super crazy. I'll show this off while I'm at it. This is my childhood copy of Make Someone Happy. I got this back in like 2008 in the Totally Thomas Volume 1 box set, along with Spills and Chills and Percy's Chocolate Crunch. I have no idea what the discs are for those two, but this is the only one I was able to find. So I thought that was pretty neat. All right, next we have the Best of James, also with the CD sampler. Now, this collection's not going to be as big as some of the others. I had a lot more stuff, like variants and re-releases and stuff like that, but I've since then downsized a lot of my collection for space, and also because I'm trying to get funds for mine and my fiance's wedding. So, yeah, I'm mainly just keeping the main editions I would like. There's the disc for that one, booklet, and then there is the CD itself. Next we have Cranky Bugs. One of the few DVDs I did not have growing up. I remember watching this on Netflix mainly, back when they used to stream these on Netflix back in like the early 2010s. Did have this one though, Races, Rescues, and Runaways. This one is one of my favorites. I think I remember my dad ordering this for me off Amazon many, many years ago. The Best of Percy. Probably my favorite out of the best ofs. Spills and Chills. Again, this is not my childhood copy, unfortunately. I had no idea where that one is. It's long gone. Salty Secret. I remember this one took me a little while to get. I don't know why this one is kind of expensive and a little hard to get nowadays. Not saying it's like rare, it's just for a decent price, and especially complete with the booklet, it was kind of a pain in the ass. Not as much as this one though. Thomas's Christmas Wonderland, probably the most overpriced DVD in this entire lineup, other than maybe one other one, which we'll get into when we get to the Lionsgate DVDs. But this thing goes for stupid money on eBay, ranging between around $80 to $300. My first copy of the DVD actually was the Songs and Roundhouse Rhythms one, which is the same as the Best of Thomas one. I got that for like $7 at my local game store, and I've since then gave that to a friend of mine, Yamite. But this version I actually had to buy off of eBay, and I think I paid like $40 for it originally, which at first I thought that was kind of a lot, but looking how much this thing goes for now, this is really honestly not too bad of a deal. But there's the disc, there's the CD, and then mine also has the pamphlet. Finding this thing complete is unfortunately very, very difficult. So yeah, I mean, I get it, it's kind of a sought after release, but it's definitely not rare. Anyway, moving on from that, we have Thomas and His Friends Help Out. This one was always one of my favorites growing up. Love this one. Percy's Chocolate Crunch, also with the free CD sampler inside. It also has like this error of the Ghislaine logo being misprinted. There's the CD and the disc. And there's the booklet, which actually has like some coupons on there. Very interesting. James and the Red Balloon with the CD sampler. I actually remember my brothers owning this one. It always kind of threw me off that it came with like a free music CD. I remember looking this up on eBay after I seen it in their collection, and I was like, oh, I don't even know, like I didn't even know this existed. And it's the only one that's like in like one of those standard DVD cases. I really don't know why, but either way, it's still neat. The Fun with Thomas sampler DVD, I figured I would just throw this right here, purely because it actually has the case for it. And this is one of the only few DVDs that does not have any insert, and that's because it never came with one, for some reason. Best of Gordon. Now this one I do remember watching on Netflix sometime around like 2012. I kind of wish they made more of these. I'm sure most of you guys will agree on that. Thomas's Snowy Surprise. This was the last one that comes with these like free CD samplers in terms of the Anchor Bay releases. The version I had growing up also had this mistake on it where it says Thomas's Snowy Surprise instead of It's Only Snow, but it was not the CD sampler edition. I remember buying this like brand new sealed, I think around like 2022 or so. And the pamphlet also has that mistake on it. So I'll just take it out. Oh, it feels all weird. All right, there we go. It says right there. This is one of the only few times I'll show off the pamphlet. Thomas and His Friends Get Along. I actually like watching the Kmart version of this, the VHS version of the Kmart release from 2000. because of the fact that, I don't know, it just matched the vibes better. But I do like this release. It's kind of grown on me over time, but I still prefer Thomas and His Friends Help Out. New Friends for Thomas. This was another one that one of my brothers had, or two of my brothers had. It always kind of threw me off that Michael Angelis was the narrator, but again, ever since then, I've grown to love this DVD. And mine actually came with this Jack postcard, which I remember when I got this, I did not expect that to be in there. So that was very cool. They have like 5 or 6 of those with different characters. I'm not even going to go out of my way to collect them all just because it's going to be too much of a pain in the ass. They're already kind of hard enough to find anyway. Steamies versus Diesels. I remember having this one from childhood. Not for individual sale. Must have came from a box set. But yeah, this is the first of the Season 8 ones. And it comes with this VHS and DVD catalog in here. And then the pamphlet right there. Or the booklet, I should say. Because it's a multi-page booklet. And we go back to the classic era with Thomas and the Jet Engine, which I remember getting back in like 2017 after a Day Out with Thomas event, after at like a thrift store or something. But this is not the version that I got. I think the one I got was like a slim case, if I'm not mistaken, or a Lionsgate reprint or something. I'm not sure. But there it is. Booklet. Yep, it's the booklet. Duh. It's great to be an engine with this over 60-minute sticker on it. I remember this one was kind of a pain to get with the booklet. I actually bought this DVD sealed, and it had the sticker on it, but the booklet was not included. So I actually had to buy this twice to even get it with the booklet, because for some reason it's kind of hard to find. The early years, the complete first season. I remember being a kid and always wanting this box set. I remember seeing it on those like catalogs with the VHS and DVD adverts, but unfortunately I just never got around to getting it. Wasn't until when I got back into collecting Thomas media around like 2021, I believe, and I bought this thing sealed for like $40, which I did open it, as you can tell. I'm sure you guys would probably be like, what the fuck? But I wanted to make sure all these discs were in very good shape, so that was my main reason why I bought this thing sealed. And it's a beautiful box set, despite the fact it's the UK dub, but it's the fact that we even got something like this in the first place. Hooray for Thomas. Another one I remember watching on Netflix. I feel like I might have had this at one point, but it might have been from like a library rental or something. I'm not sure. And despite the fact the push tab is broken, the disc still holds in well. Thomas's Sodor Celebration. One of my childhood favorites here. And I also have my childhood one right here. This is the 2006 Fox reprint. I could have swore for the life of me from when I was a kid that I had the original disc, but fortunately I was wrong. Songs from the Station. I did not grow up with this release, but I do absolutely love it. It's one of my favorites from Season 8. And this one has a slightly different pamphlet. It has like a 5-page pamphlet instead of a 4-page one. Quarry Adventures on Sodor. One of the most sought-after sampler DVDs and also one of the worst Thomas DVDs. This thing is just so sloppily put together, and the fact it has Thomas Breaks the Rules on here is just such a weird choice. James Learns a Lesson. For some reason, the original Anchor Bay release is kind of hard to find, especially with the pamphlet, but I got this from Yemi Tay, so shout out to her for helping me acquire that. Percy Saves the Day. I remember getting this DVD back in like 2012 at a local store called Burlington. It's kind of like one of those like discount stores to where like whatever didn't sell, they would just throw it there and sell it for like $2 or $3, some sort of like cheap discount store. But it was the Anchor Bay release. I thought it would have been Lionsgate, but it did not come with a pamphlet or anything growing when I was a kid. This is not my childhood one though. That one again is long gone. And then there's a little insert here, Mr. Rogers pamphlet. "10 Years of Thomas and Friends" with the slipcover. This was the first Thomas DVD with the slipcover. Got this one in a lot. And this is one of my favorite DVDs of all time. It's the same insert as the Percy Saves the Day one. I actually have a couple of those same inserts, believe it or not. But yeah, love this slipcover. It's absolutely glorious. And this was the reason why I wanted to go on a Day Out with Thomas event growing up. Calling All Engines. One of the worst Thomas specials of all time, but has some nice special features, so I'll give it that. And it comes with this sweet Lego Duplo advert, which again, I did not expect that to be in there. Thomas Comes to Breakfast, another one that for some reason people think is worth $20 on eBay. I got lucky and I got this for only like $5 in total with the pamphlet. That was a good deal. Great deal, actually. Thomas and the Really Brave Engines. I remember this one being a little hard for me to get for a little while in terms of the standard Anchor Bay release. But I got this one a lot along with that Thomas 10 Years of Thomas DVD. So that was a nice find. Because I had the slim case at first. Track Stars. Pretty mediocre release, but I actually kind of like Season 8, so has everything inside, all the pamphlets and such. And then I also have, if I could get it. Okay. I also have my childhood copy, which is the 2007 Fox reprint. I believe I got that in the Steam Engine Stories pack, but I really couldn't tell you if that's how I got it. Oops. Hit the camera by accident. There we go. Thomas Gets Bumped. Another one that was kind of hard to get. Got this from Oliver 11 GWR. Okay, let's try to fix this camera a little bit. There we go. I grew up with that one too. That's another one of my favorites. Sing Along and Stories. And probably my top 5 favorite Thomas releases of all time. I absolutely love this DVD. I grew up with the slim case version that came with Wooden Railway Ben. I got this from my good buddy Morris. So it was very awesome to get this, especially with all those inserts inside. Tales from the Tracks. With the pamphlet, which you guys have probably not seen much. And this one does not have the 20th Century Fox disc on it, which is kind of surreal. I got this pamphlet from my good buddy Smurfy Dan, so I had to import that overseas. And I also have my childhood copy of this, which is a 20th Century Fox print. Thomas, Percy, and the Dragon. I think my brothers might have had this one. Never grew up with it, unfortunately. Despite the fact this is probably my second favorite Thomas release of all time. Okay, it looks like I'm starting to run out of room here. I might have to start stacking some stuff to make this work. And I pray to God it doesn't fall. If it falls, I'm going to cry. Okay, let's start a new stack here. All right, On Site with Thomas. I think I might have seen this at Big Lots. Never had it growing up, though. Love this cover, though. Thomas's Halloween Adventures with the glitter slipcover. I absolutely love this release. I know a lot of people crap on it, but I absolutely love it. It's a great release to watch during Halloween time, despite the fact some of the episodes don't really center around Halloween or really have a spooky atmosphere at all. And I still have my childhood copy of it. I think mine might have been a slim case release, though. I'm not 100% sure. Come Ride the Rails with this rare preschool favorite slipcover from 2007, I think. I've seen some like Bob the Builder DVDs that come with that, but I think this was the only one they did for Thomas. I did grow up with this one too, but I don't know what happened to my childhood disc for it. Again, probably long gone. Trust Thomas. I had the Wooden Train bonus pack for this one growing up. Mine came with Wilbert, which I remember being very confused on who that character was. It wasn't until when I heard about the Railway series that I knew who Wilbert was, but I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny. A Big Day for Thomas. I remember renting this one at my local library when I was a kid. I got this in a Thomas Gets a Snowplow book. Milkshake Muddle, a DVD that I forget exists because I never grew up with it. Percy's Ghostly Trick with this sick glow-in-the-dark slipcover, which I actually had from childhood. I remember loving this thing. I got this from Morris, though. This is not my childhood one, but I absolutely love this cover. Both covers, like, that cover is gorgeous, but this one is so sick. Absolutely love it. I don't think it glows in the dark anymore, but I love it. And the last of the iconic Anchor Bay covers is Thomas and the Special Letter, which, again, I did have from childhood. I think mine might have been a Wooden Train bonus pack, too. It might have came with, like, a 60th anniversary Percy or something. I'm not sure. Now we move on to the photoshopped era for Anchor Bay DVDs with Thomas's Trusty Friends, which has the remaining episodes from the pack series. For some reason, this disc looks a bit discolored. Thomas Gets Tricked, a DVD that I'm very fond with growing up, both this and the VHS, more specifically the 1993 VHS, which I remember being very confused by with that look out for the train error. James Goes Buzz Buzz, another one that I grew up with, but I no longer have the original disc for it. Carnival Capers, again, another one I grew up with, but man, this release just sucks. Still has this Walmart sticker on it. Comes with this pamphlet. There we go. Thomas and the Toy Workshop. Another pretty somewhat forgetful one, but also not really, because I still have my childhood copy of it. But this is the 2009 Lionsgate reprint, because the logos are on the left side. Here's another great one, Ultimate Christmas with the slipcover. I think I bought this brand new a few years back. Beautiful slipcover. It comes in this white case. Always a nice addition for sure. And I do have my childhood copy of it. This one I know for sure was a Wooden Train bonus pack version, because mine came with the Christmas Winter Caboose. Thomas and the Treasure, a DVD that I did have growing up, but I don't remember much memories of it. I'm actually more familiar with the book of the same thing than the actual DVD release. Whoops. Percy Takes the Plunge, slipcover. Very fond memories of this one. Though I'm not sure if mine was an Anchor Bay or a Lionsgate reprint. Could not tell you. I do have my childhood copy of it, though. It has a bunch of gold marker drawn all over it. Trackside Tunes, one of the few DVDs I am missing the slipcover for. I am getting one from my good friend Taylor, but it's currently not here yet. It just now got shipped. So, unfortunately, I can't show you the slipcover for that one, but at least I have it with the pamphlet. Engines and Escapades, another one that I actually have pretty decent memories of. I actually remember more of the Fireman Sam episode than anything, but this one does come with its insert, which is pretty nice. Slipcover's a bit beaten up, but I got this one in a lot, so I can't really complain much. Mud, Glorious Mud. This slipcover is so nice. It has like a rough matte finish where the mud is. Did not grow up with this release though. I remember watching this the other day and just being baffled over like the random selection of episodes. Comes with some Wow Wow Wubsy stickers as well, which is a show that I also grew up with. Henry and the Elephant. I think I might have had this DVD, but for some reason I have like not many memories of watching these episodes. I probably didn't have it for very long, in all honesty, but this one does not come with a booklet or anything. It just comes with a little advertisement. This and Rusty to the Rescue, unfortunately, got the crappy end of the treatment here. Here is The Great Discovery. This is the first Lionsgate DVD, but this came out right before Rusty to the Rescue. And this one comes with the bonus CD, which is always a nice addition. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I was being summoned. Yeah, there's The Great Discovery with the Walmart exclusive CD. And then the last of the Anchor Bay DVDs I have here is Rusty to the Rescue, which I actually, for some reason, is kind of expensive as well. I really couldn't tell you why. Same inserts as Henry and the Elephant. And I also have my childhood copy of it. Remember thinking, that cover is fucking garbage. I was actually talking about it with one of my brothers yesterday about it, and he also agreed, because we recently rewatched it together. Railway Friends, a DVD that I actually have a little fond memories of, but I always remembered it being a little fucked up. Every time I would play it, it just always made some weird sounds on the DVD player. It literally sounded like my DVD players were going to explode every single time I put this thing in. So yeah, that's a fun story. High Speed Adventures, a DVD that I tried to watch, and I couldn't sit through it, because I'm not a fan of Season 12 in the slightest. Most of these DVDs from here on out, I kind of just half-ass and just say, like, oh yeah, here's this, moving forward. Team Up with Thomas. This one's somewhat decent, only because I have, like, some memories watching this. I love the Mr. Arkwright segments. I feel like those are the highlights for these last two, but still not enough to save the DVD as a whole. And then we have Percy and the Bandstand, which I think my brother had this one of my younger brothers, but yeah, very, very forgettable. It's crappy. I just rolled my sleeves down because my elbows hurt. Hero of the Rails. I remember when this movie came out, and I fucking loved it. I had a lot of the toys for it, all the new characters, including that flip face James that talked and had paint splatters all over his face. I actually didn't grow up with The Great Discovery. That's something I forgot to mention. Despite the fact it came out like a whole year before that. Makes absolutely no sense. Holiday Express. This DVD does not have a slipcover, and there is an insert that does exist for it, but I bought this sealed and it did not come with one. I actually gave the insert to my good buddy, Thomas Classics fan, aka Swift. Splish Splash Splosh, a DVD that I do have some memories of. Probably the only one that I can actually, like, somewhat tolerate for the season 13 releases. I don't think it ever came with any insert, but yeah, it's just it just exists. Thomas and the Runaway Kite. I have no memories of watching this at all. I think, again, I might have had seen my brothers own this, but I never watched it. The Greatest Stories. Another one of my brothers had this. I remember he got it for his birthday one year, and I was incredibly jealous. I think I might have the second disc somewhere still. But, yeah, I used to watch this more than he did, despite the fact he also kind of liked Thomas. Creaky Cranky. Yeah, it exists. Just kind of going along here. Oh, God. Misty Island Rescue. I mean, I did grow up with this. I had Bash and Dash and Trackmaster form, and it does come with, like, this book and the insert and such, but other than that, it's still a very bad movie. Everything's falling out. This book is getting all crumbled and shit. Yeah, I mean, growing up, I didn't mind this movie at all, but now it's like, oh no. But, yep, it's there. Merry Winter Wish. I think I might have had this, but I really couldn't tell you. This was at the time of my life when I was kind of phasing out of Thomas, in all honesty. I mainly caught these episodes on, like, PBS or Sprout, and even then I was just like, oh no, it's not the Thomas I'm familiar with. The Lion of Sodor. Yay. So fun. Oh, cool. Thomas meets a fucking statue. Wobbly Wheels and Whistles. Oh my god, Scruff. Not Scruffy, not the goat, but nope, Scruff. The garbage engine. And the Logging Loco is my fucking favorite. Pop Goes Thomas. Yeah, so fun. Hey, look at that. I forgot the clown's name. That just shows how forgettable it is. Hey, Rory the racing car. That's cool. Forgot that was even in there. The Birthday Express. I have literally no fond memories of this one. I think there might be like a season 12 episode on here, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. But it comes with the sweet diesel guide. So that's kind of cool. Thomas in Charge. Again, another one I have no memories of whatsoever. Another one that has the diesel guide, so that's an extra one that I have. Day of the Diesels. Literally, this is the only Thomas movie I have not sat through in its entirety. Every other movie, including Big World, Big Adventures, Misty Island, you name it, I've sat down and watched all the films, but I have not sat down and watched this whole entire film. It's that freaking terrible. Merry Christmas, Thomas. Nice slipcover, I will say that. Again, another one that's pretty much very forgettable. Rescue on the Rails. Again, another one that I have like no memories of. Curious Cargo. Again, nothing more to say. Up, Up, and Away, which is infamously considered to be the worst Thomas DVD of all time. Hey, look, there's some Wooden Railway. That's cool. Now, this DVD is awesome. Engine Friends. This is one of the best Thomas DVDs released in this era, and just in general. It has episodes that weren't released on DVD, like Emily and the Garbage, and Emily's New Coaches, and I believe Hide and Peep. But then they also have like some exclusive episodes. Like there's a couple Ringo Starr exclusive episodes, such as like A New Friend for Thomas, and like, oh man, there was another one. What else was there? Saved from Scrap, I believe. That at the time was only exclusive to Cheyenne Time Station. And this comes with the sweet slipcover. I remember how difficult it was for me to get this with the slipcover, but I found it in a lot for a very good price. Before this DVD was considered to be rare, and it's not. Schoolhouse Delivery. I remember this was one of the last DVDs I needed for the collection. And I remember watching this because I was told to pick a DVD between 1 through like 100 and something. And of course, this one landed on it, and I wanted to fucking die inside. But hey, the Mr. Perkins segment was awesome. Blue Mountain Mystery. I actually really liked this movie. Even when this came out, I always loved it. I remember renting it at a video store, Family Video. And again, another Hide and Peep insert. And this is such a great movie. I love it. Probably my favorite or second favorite Thomas movie next to Sora's Legend of the Lost Treasure. Very Thomas Christmas. Don't have the slipcover for it. Should be getting it soon from Taylor. Sticky Situations. I think my brother might have had this one. I'm not 100% sure. Muddy Matters. Yep. There's that. Go Go Thomas. My brother did have this one. I remember watching this one a little bit. I remember the Stafford episode mainly. Again, it has some like take along and Trackmaster stuff, so that's kind of neat. Railway Mischief. I think he also had this one, but I'm really not sure. Calling All Engines collector's poster. Only at Walmart. Okay, what's next? Oh god, Animals Aboard. Go back to the fucking garbage era of the show. Now I'm only going to show this off because I don't have the DVD for this. Yeah, should I? No, I'm just going to wait, actually. Yeah, I'll save this for later. I do need to get the DVD for it, but it is King of the Railway. Unfortunately, that's the only one I don't have on just the standard DVD. But here's Santa's Little Engine. This is a great release. I really like this one. Nice little insert inside. The Thomas Way. I think this had a slipcover. Pretty sure it did. Not sure. Spills and Thrills. The first DVD to be officially in widescreen, episodic-wise. Has some weird packs that did not happen in this release. Trouble on the Tracks. Only at Walmart. Not to get mixed up with the PC game, which was fucking awesome. I'm kind of just going quick here because, again, there's really not a whole lot to say about these ones. Engines to the Rescue, which was only available in a 2-pack with Tale of the Brave and was only sold at Walmart. Got it for a really good price, though. Tale of the Brave. Hate to say this, but this movie's kind of overrated. I do need to give this a rewatch, but I remember not really caring for it a lot. And I know that's going to probably get me fucking screamed at in the comments, but anyway, the Christmas Engines. I know this has a slipcover. I should be getting it soon from Taylor. Like I said, it's just currently being shipped to me, so it's this little waiting period. Signals Crossed. Yup. Dinos and Discoveries. I think this also had a slipcover. I don't remember if I'm getting this one or not. I need to be corrected if I'm wrong. The Adventure Begins. Unfortunately, this did not get a Blu-ray treatment, and I know this had a slipcover and some inserts. Do not have it though. Whale of a Tale. Only at Walmart. I love how they always have those, but I feel like that was still sold at like other stores. Wild Water Rescue. Yes, sirree. Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure. This movie's fucking awesome. This movie is so good. So good. Even when this came out, this was actually the last Thomas movie I actually enjoyed. Thomas's Christmas Carol. I haven't really watched all of these, so if you're wondering why I don't have much to say about them, that's why. Tales on the Rails. I remember the case broke when I got it, so I had to throw it in a spare DVD case I had laying around. Start Your Engines. Anything else in here? No? Okay. Again, I don't really check these ones a lot. The Great Race. Pretty decent film. Not really one of my favorites, but definitely not like one of the worst either. Tinsel on the Tracks. I have no idea if this had a slipcover or not. Again, you can tell me. Ultimate Friendship Adventures. Bought this sealed. Never watched it. Extraordinary Engines. I have never watched this one. I bought this thing used. Wait, why does this have artwork? Is this one of the earlier ones? Now that I think about it, did I put this in the right spot? Because these two don't even have like disc designs, but then this one does. I feel like this might be a bit later. I don't know. That's weird. All right. Anyway, Journey Beyond Sodor. Pretty good movie. No insert, unfortunately. And again, this did not get a Blu-ray. So robbed. And the last DVD I have of the main set is Christmas on Sodor. I do not have Big World, Big Adventures, unfortunately. Not quite done yet, boys. We have a couple more things to show off. I'm going to show off some extra cover variants that I have, or retitles, some hit favorites DVDs, and a couple other miscellaneous stuff that I have not shown off yet. So first up, we have these. I'm going to pull over real quick. Here are the retitled packaging editions. Really Useful Engines, which was formerly titled Make Someone Happy. Harvey to the Rescue, which was originally Salty Secret. Friends Help Out, instead of Thomas and his Friends Help Out. The Runaway Engine, which was Thomas and his Friends Get Along. And Pop Goes the Diesel, which was Thomas Comes to Breakfast. And then I also have this, the Hop On Board Songs and Stories pack, which was originally Sing Along and Stories. Made a whole video about this on my YouTube shorts. Did not come with those tattoos, which I'm still pissed off about, considering that I bought this thing sealed. I know there's also the Best of Gordon, James and the Red Balloon, and Percy's Chocolate Crunch one, but those didn't get retitles, so I'm not really looking forward to getting those. I'll also show off some of these hit favorites DVDs. I had a whole bunch of these, but I decided to keep the ones that had exclusive episodes on them, ones that were not on any other DVD. First up, we have Snow Days, which I had from childhood. This one has Thomas's Tricky Tree on it from season 10. Here Comes Spring, which has Thomas Sets Sail, and it has a really weird master on it. Playtime Pals. Some of these have slipcovers, some of them don't. This has Thomas in the Lighthouse. School Days, which has Thomas and the Colors. Lend a Helping Hand, which has Dirty Work. I love this DVD because it reminds me of the Sprout TV airings. Very nostalgic stuff. Colors Are Fun, which has Smoke and Mirrors. Unfortunately, no coloring sheets. Did not get mine with my copy. And Safety First, which has Thomas in the runaway car. Excuse me. Next, I have these two miscellaneous DVDs. I have this Take a Tour with Thomas interactive DVD game. It's a game, but it's still just an interactive DVD that came with the book. And then I also have the 2008 sampler DVD, which has Thomas and Scarlowi's Big Day Out on it. And then I also have a custom DVD for Thomas Meets the Queen, which was put together by Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends Adventures and MSC 2003 Productions, I believe, or MCS 2003 Productions on Twitter. I just spliced the covers together to make my own like 2002 era one. It's just a DVD-R disc of a VHS rip that I did on my copy of the tape. I also had this starting this fall on PBS custom DVD, which I made a whole video on, which has the airing blocks differences and the weather on it. And I also have this. It's just all the season 11 airings from PBS Retro, which I recorded on January 2nd of 2026 between 9:10 a.m. and 4:13 p.m. Crappy artwork. It's literally just a bunch of these DVD-R discs I recorded together, commercials intact and everything. I did record more of these PBS Retro airings, but this is the only one that I did in terms of like straight to DVD ones instead of VHS to DVD. It's all season 11, which is cool. And the last I have are all my Blu-rays. Blue Mountain, Jesus Christ. Misty Island Rescue. Don't have the slipcover for it. Day of the Diesels with the slipcover. I think I got this from Oliver 11 GWR, if I'm not mistaken. Blue Mountain Mystery. I don't remember if this had a slipcover or not. King of the Railway. So I have the Blu-ray of it, but I do not have the DVD. Tale of the Brave. No slipcover. Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure. Here's the back. I forgot to show off. Oh, man, I'm having a hard time doing this. The Great Race. No slipcover. And last but certainly not least, Thomas and the Magic Railroad. So that was my entire US Thomas DVD and Blu-ray collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching, and I will see you all in the next one.